Good morning and namaskar to you all. I'm Sara Kafle from grade 8 and I will be your host for today in this Babylon KidCast. This brand new episode of Babylon KidCast. Today with me I have a spectacular dancer and incredible individual. Let's welcome Shrija Basnet. Namaskar Shiza.
Thank you so much. Namaskar, Sarah. Well, how are you feeling today?
I am feeling great. What about you?
Yeah, I am feeling great too. I am really thankful for the Babylon family and our IT department for having me here. And thank you so much to you too for having me here as a guest.
Yeah, I'm glad to talk to you as well. So Shriza, how's the weather treating you?
Yeah, it's been great. It's bright and sunny. It's warm. It's great. Do you like it?
I love the summer weather. So, Shriza, can you tell me a bit more about yourselves, your hobbies and interests?
Sure, I am a student here studying in Babylon National School. I currently study in grade 8, and talking about my hobbies, it would definitely be hanging out with my friends and dancing. Yeah.
So, I know that you are an old student in Babylon, but for exactly how long have you studied here?
I studied here since I was in playgroup, so it would approximately be about 10 to 11 years here.
Wow, you have been here for 10 to 11 years, so you probably have a lot of memories that Babylon School holds in your life.
Yeah.
So, can you share some of the incredible memories that the school holds?
Firstly, this school is like really supportive when it comes to academics or ECA. The students and teachers here are very friendly and they are like really supportive when it comes to expressing your talent, whether in academics or in ECA. And I would say there are lots and lots of memories that I would never forget from the school, especially in my childhood. But one of the best memories that I ever had would definitely be laughing and enjoying moments with my friends. Yeah.
So, Shiza, you have been dancing for a long time, but exactly how long? Like, can you tell me the exact age that you started dancing?
I was very little. I was about 2 when I started dancing, so about 10 to 11 years since I started
So,
dancing.
do you remember your first dance performance? How was it?
Yeah, I do. It was actually when I was in UKG, upper kindergarten, and we had this Parents' Day in Pragya Pratishthan. There was my first dance performance in front of a huge crowd.
So, how did you feel when that happened?
It was definitely an unforgettable and very interesting moment. I still like laugh a lot when I think about that day. I actually messed up the choreography and I like copied it from my friends, so it was so unforgettable.
So, were you like in the middle of the stage or towards the back?
That's what makes it worse. I was actually in the front middle and I just turned back and copied it from my friends. So
That
it was
probably would
so
have been like a great time for the audience. Like the
yeah, I
dancer in
agree.
the middle is just turning back and doing dance moves, looking at her friends.
Yeah, I agree.
So that was probably a remarkable time for the audience, and it was probably very embarrassing for you
It
too.
surely was.
So Shiza, most of the time, dancing is a passion. So most of the time, when people pursue our passion, we like use it as a mood booster. Whenever we do it, we feel great about ourselves, and whenever
Yeah.
we're sad and we are doing something we love, it instantly lifts up our mood. Does it happen to you as well when you are dancing?
Yeah, I agree. Whenever like I'm in a bad mood, I turn up a song and like just vibe around it, like freestyle dancing and all, and it surely is a great stress buster. Well, what about you? What do you do when you are like stressed?
So my hobbies are literature and astronomy. So whenever I feel down, I just read some happy books and just books that I really love, or I just learn new facts about astronomy. That really lifts up my mood.
Yeah, astronomy sure is very interesting. I quite find it fun and interesting too.
So Shiza, is there any songs that like whenever you start to hear it, you just instantly want to get up and start dancing?
I would say old Bollywood songs are quite blast. Like they are such a fun. They are like so fun to vibe with. Yeah.
So Shiza, becoming a dancer for like 11 years, have you faced any challenges?
Yeah, like facing the crowd has been one of the most challenging things I've experienced. So there is this thing like whenever I do solo dances, it really freaks me out because I really have a stage fright. So it just makes me nervous. Well, what about you? Do you have a stage fright?
I do have a stage fright. Whenever I get up on the stage, my mind goes completely blank if there's like huge crowd standing in front of me. So how do you overcome your stage fright? Because for me, whenever I start to feel nervous, I just imagine the crowd invisible. Like I just think that they are not there and I'm just presenting to air. Whether I'm presenting a speech or like a dance, I'm just presenting to no one. I'm presenting to only myself, and that is what really over helps me overcome my stage fright. What about you? Like, what do you do?
I would say when I like perform within groups, it is like really not terrifying. Like the people have so high energy and like their expressions are great. So it's like I have to keep up with them. So I don't really am worried when I do with groups, but when I actually do solo, it really freaks me out. But it's like I have to do it. So yeah, that's what keeps me motivated.
Like the feeling that you must do it. You're already
Yeah.
on the stage, so at least you're up on the stage, so you at least have to do a couple of moves and
Yeah,
keep the
so
audience
yeah,
entertained.
whatever happens, happens.
So, what is the most funny thing that you have experienced being a dancer? Like, were there any funny moments?
Yeah, so there was this like a parents' day when I was in grade 3 and we were having a rehearsal. So it was basically like a ribbon dance. It was of girls, but they were the four boys who were like doing cartwheels and flips over it. So one of my guy friends, while he was doing a cartwheel, his shoe fell off and it landed right in my friend's head. Passing through the window, it went 4 stories down, and he had to go down and bring that up. And he was crying and begging for the teacher to change the choreography. So it was so
Maybe,
fun and interesting.
maybe he was afraid that on the stage the shoe
Yeah.
might fall out. So that was probably entertaining for all of the other students.
It
who was
surely
there.
was.
Did he like walk on one foot to get down all those
Yeah,
four
he
stories?
did. It was such an unforgettable memory. I still like laugh imagining me being there.
But did that happen on the stage too on the big performance day?
Yeah, it did. Like his shoe fell off, but it did not actually go that
Far.
deep. Yeah,
Yes.
far.
Okay. So this guy really has a problem with not fitting shoes.
Yeah.
So, Shriza, balancing schoolwork with extracurricular activities is a major skill. So, how do you balance dance with schoolwork and academics?
So in the daytime, usually I'm here at school. After I return, there are lots of assignments and I have to be really studious. So despite that, whenever I get free time or in the weekends are so like we have so free time. We have very much free time. So in meanwhile, like in that time, I do dancings. Like yeah,
So, is the school supporting your dance hobby in any way?
yeah. The school has been really supportive. The dance teacher here, the ECA coordinator, and the school environment is just so supportive towards your talent, whether it is academics or ECA. They help you to showcase their talent. We even have a dance club that helps us to show our talent to everyone. It is a great way to express our talent and yeah, make us not so nervous.
So, is there only dance club or are there many other varieties of clubs for other
Yeah,
students?
there are so many clubs like including sports, ECA, musical instruments. There are so many clubs where you can choose to showcase your talent, and the school has given us such a wonderful opportunity to present in front of everyone. So yeah, there are many types of clubs in like different fields.
So, Shriza, what do you think is the most rewarding part about being a dancer?
I would say being remembered because of your talent is one of the most rewarding thing as a dancer. And whenever like people like whenever you get a prize, like the people remember you because of your talent and they are actually proud of you, it like really makes us happy and it is the most rewarding part of my talent. So what are your hobbies?
My hobbies are, like I said, literature and astronomy. So, like, for me, the most rewarding part is like whenever someone asks me about a book recommendation or like some astronomical facts, explanation of astronomical facts, that is where I feel like I know about this particular thing more than other people, and they are coming here, and I'm becoming recognized because of my talent. So, for you, I guess it's the same thing, like becoming recognized
Yeah.
because of your talents, and people are becoming more proud of you, and yeah, that is the most rewarding part. So,
Yeah.
Shiza, has your dancing skills has like changed your academic performance in any way? Like, has it benefited your academics?
Yeah, my dancing skills have really helped me in academics, as like we have to remember lots of choreographies, so it has increased my memory power, so it like really helps me in terms of reading and writing. It has been really beneficial. Yeah.
So, in this 21st century, with advancing technologies like VR and holograms are really taking the lead here. So, do you think virtual reality and holograms will make an impact in dancing in the future?
Yeah, I really think so. So the real dancers, the professional dancers, I think, according to my opinion, would have less opportunities as the holograms will take over the dancing field. So I think it is a little disadvantageous for the real or professional dancers. Well, what do you say?
Like, same thing for me too. Like, whenever I saw a movie like a couple of years ago about a man who like created a hologram of a girl, and that girl was really famous, but obviously she was a hologram, she was not real. So she had many fans and many people were looking up to her, but the thing is, the other people, the skilled people, other people who are actually there and they are actually real and they are showcasing their skills, they don't get much attention because of holograms. Obviously, AI is going to be way powerful than humans in terms of academics, in terms of like skills, but
Yeah.
the people with actual skills and they are not becoming recognized. So I think
Yeah.
that thing will affect dance as well, like holograms or virtual reality, 3D people, AI will take over, and the actual dancers who pursue dance as like a profession, they will probably have some disadvantages because of
Yeah,
that.
I surely agree.
So Shriza, I have a very fun question for you.
Sure, go ahead.
What do you think would be the dream team? So I want you to create a team with four members, including yourself, so three other members. And who would those three other people would be?
I would say one of the members in my team would definitely be one of our seniors of grade 10. She is Ninang Marai, and she is a really she's like a professional dancer. Her skills, her expressions, her energy, everything is just wow, and I would be very glad to take her in my team. The other person then would be Asma Biswakarma. She is one of the most talented and energetic choreographers all over Nepal. Her dancing skills are also just great. Yeah. And talking about the last person, it would definitely be my sister's friend. She is like a sister to me, and her dancing skills are like so good. She's won so many awards for it, and during my competition, she even like choreographs my steps, and I am really like grateful to know her, and I would definitely think she would be the person to perfectly fit in my team.
So are these three people your inspirations and motivation to start dancing?
Yeah, they were.
So like those people are what got you into dancing. So
Yeah.
it would be a great team. You four would be a great team. Can we see a collab somewhere?
I don't really think it's quite possible in the future, but yeah, I can imagine.
So now I want, can you just describe your dance's personality? If your dance had a personality, how would you describe it? Is it like a calm, cool breeze or like a fiery explosion?
I would say it definitely depends upon the song. Like, if it's like cultural and slow, then definitely a calm breeze. Or like if it's a hip hop, then as you said, a fiery explosion.
So Shriza, I want you to describe dance in 3 words.
3 words, quite interesting. I would say art, love, and passion. Well, how do you describe your hobby?
I would like to describe art as a majestic. One word is going to be majestic. It is also going to be art, and I think dance is very harmonious. So maybe majestic art and harmony. That could
Yeah.
probably be the three words that I'm going to be going for. So Shiza, now what advice would you give to your so when you were starting dance? How old were you?
I was actually like 2 or something. Yeah, about 2 when I started
So,
dancing.
what advice would you give to the smaller Shriza who was actually starting dancing? What advice would you give to her?
I would say expressions, they are like one of the most necessities, like it is one of the most like great requirements a dancer can have. And energy, it definitely has a great impact on a performance. And I would say balance, because it just makes the performance more great and like majestic.
So, talking about balance, I want to ask you another fun question. If you had
Sure.
any superpower related to dance, like balance and endless energy or instant choreography skills, what would it be?
I would definitely say for me, it would be endless energy, because if you are like having a highly super energetic dance, then obviously you will start off with high energy, but there are like quite possible chances that you might lose your energy between the performance or at the end of the performance. So I would say I would have endless energy, because energy is one of the most impactful thing that can make your performance better. What do you say?
For me, it is probably going to be instant choreography skills. So whenever you are performing for a big performance that is happening in like about 2 to 3 days and you don't have much time to like choreograph a dance, instant choreography skills could come in great help as like you just listen to the song and you just have instantly a choreography in your mind for it. So that could probably help in like when you have shorter periods of time to prepare for a big competition.
Yeah, that's a great superpower too.
So now, lastly, I want to ask you, what advice would you give to the listeners who are interested in starting dance?
I would say like never be dismotivated. Like no matter how people humiliate you, you should always follow your passion. Like wherever you're going, you should not stop, no matter what people say. So yeah, you should always feel motivated and never feel sad if someone ever tries to, humiliate or bully you if you're not good at a passion. Definitely, the starting will not be so great, but at the end, the result will always come better. Yeah.
So, like, just be motivated and pursue your passion in the
Yeah,
best way
don't
that you
give
can.
up.
Don't give up.
Yeah, what
Okay.
do you say?
Yeah, it is probably going to be the same for me, like not giving up and pursuing our passion and just ignoring all the haters that come
Mm-hmm.
into your way and overcoming all the obstacles that are presented to you because obstacles are just a piece of life and whenever you are starting something new or whenever you are doing something that you have never done before, obviously there's going to be some obstacles. Obviously there are going to be some problems that are going to come your way like you said humiliation or bullying and obviously that those problems should be overlooked and you should just ignore them and just look to your goals and just see your future in front of you. Don't ignore just ignore all of the problems that are coming your way and just focus on your goals and never give up. So
Well, that was about me, but how do you feel motivated when you're doing something you love?
my biggest motivation is like I always set a target for myself. So in the case of dance, if I'm going to a big performance, I just set the first place as my target and like that is a target which I believe I must achieve. So there are no other places, there are no other things that I there are no other options for me. There is only the first place, there is only the top prize and I must achieve it. So I'm fine with becoming second or third. Like I'm a good sport. It's fine. You should become a good sport. But when setting the target, I always set the highest target. For example, like if you want to become a doctor, you must set your target as becoming a doctor. So you might become a nurse, which is completely fine. But having your targets high, it will really motivate you. So I set my targets really high. I have so many high expectations for myself, and the main thing is I don't get mad or I don't get sad when I don't reach my expectations.
Yeah.
I didn't get it. It's fine. I'll get it the next time. So I just set really high expectations for myself, and in a way, I force myself to achieve it. But it's completely fine if I don't. But I just tell myself that I need to do it. Like, it's there for me. I need to do it. That is my place, and I should belong there. I just have
Yeah,
that type of
it's a
mentality.
great way of growing up. Well, Sarah, you talked about my first dance performance, but I would definitely like to hear your first dance performance as well. Like, how was it? How was the experience?
So I don't quite remember my very first dance performance, but there is an unforgettable memory that I have. So when I was in the fifth grade, we were having the Pancha Kumari dance. So like five girls, we were becoming Kumaris and we were dancing. So it is kind of like the shoe incident that she shared with me. But the thing is, one of the headpieces of one girl of our team, it fell off when she was dancing in front of the big stage. So we were just for a second, for 2 to 3 seconds, the dance just almost completely stopped. The music was still playing, but we just like looking at that girl. We were laughing. She was laughing herself, and the audience was just looking at us. They were laughing as well. So it was just really fun, and still we just we covered it up. We acted like it was meant to be. She was supposed to drop it. We did cover it up, but like the audience knew that it actually fell off. We knew that it actually fell off, but the audience didn't mind, neither did we. So it was just a really fun moment for us.
So the audience quite enjoyed it.
They enjoyed it a lot, and we did too. So the music was stopped for 2 to 3 seconds, and we were just looking at her. She was trying to handle it, and she was laughing herself. We were almost bursting out laughing in front of the entire stage, and we were just after she managed it, we just left it completely and we just went back to our dancing. So
Well, you talked about the dance club and like how it goes. So I would like to ask you, in which club are you?
I am in the keyboard club or
Oh,
piano. So like that is also my type of passion, musical instruments, and I just love playing musical instruments. Like when you are playing something and the sound it produces, like suppose in my case playing the keyboard and listening to the harmonious sound that it produces when you play it, like it just gives a different type of happiness for me.
is your mentor and school friendly towards your passion? Like, are they supportive towards your passion?
Yes, they are. Like in your case with the dance club, we also have a keyboard club. So we just every Thursday we spend like around 2 hours practicing, and in big competitions we just have a lot of energy and we have a lot of confidence because we have already practiced for it a lot in the school. And whenever big competitions are showing up, like for example in dance, your math competition, these dance competitions. So I saw you on the field a lot every day after school. Like your team was dancing on the ground, school ground.
Yeah.
So I saw that a lot. And even in our cases with musical instruments, we are all the time practicing for big competitions. So that is what I think is the best part of Babylon. They are really supportive when we are about to pursue our passions, and
Mm-hmm.
they just help out a lot. So
Yeah, that surely is a great thing. So, Sarah, do you play any instruments, musical instruments, except for piano?
I did learn how to play guitar, but most of the time I focus on piano. I do have guitar, madal, and flute in my house alongside piano, but most of the time I just spend my time playing piano. And what I think is music and dance is probably going to be like the best thing, like choreography
Yeah.
skills, dancing, plus along with like contrary to music, and both of them together would make like a really great show. So
I
I think
strongly agree.
music, producing music and dancing is probably interrelated, right?
Yeah, it
So
is. Both are like two different parts of a coin.
they're the two sides of the same coin. Yeah, they are interrelated, and you cannot have one without the other. So like one is better off when alongside the other. So like music is better when there is dance to it, and dance
Mm-hmm.
is obviously better when there is music to it. So that is like the thing that I find in common between you and me as well, and also dance and music itself. So
Well, you talked about my math dance competition. So, have you ever been in any like inter-school competitions?
I have, and Not only here, I in my when I was young, I also used to participate in many competitions, dance as well, alongside music and other like literature and stuff like that. So it was really fun. Competitions were like a big part in my life. Most of my life I've spent preparing for competitions, and yeah, I've been to many competitions.
That's great to know. So, like, besides your hobbies and passions, have you ever went to an inter-school competition, like, in a particularly different, like, field?
So I have been to like speech competitions and debate competitions, also quizzes, which are academic performances. Most of my hobbies are usually extracurricular activities, and literature is one of my hobbies that are academics, but they are just literature is very fun. Reading books is just an out of this world experience. So most I've been to uh, competitions like debate and speeches. Yeah, in school and also out of school.
So, it really does help you in academics, like the quizzes and
Quizzes, yeah,
debates.
it really does. And yeah, remembering what you said about dance, like how it affects the concentration power and all. Yeah, speeches and quizzes also develop your vocabulary. But what I think is like, what do you think about dance? Is it an art, or do you think of it more as a sport?
Like, everyone has different opinions, but, like, according to me, I would say it is an art, like the choreography, the expression, the energy, everything. Like, I just find it so artistic. It's just great. Well, what do you think? Is it a art? Is it an art or a sport?
I think, yeah, saying that dance is a sport is also valid because it is a type of physical exercise and sport. But when I think about art, I think about the insanely majestic choreography skills and just how people beautifully transform their body alongside with the song that is playing in the background, and it's just a masterpiece at its finest. So art is probably better off being called as an art more than a sport, but it really does depend on people's personal opinions. In my opinion, art is more of a sport. Art, sorry. Art is dance is more of an art than a sport.
Yeah, I agree.
So, in the end, is there anything that you want to share with the listeners?
I would say, like, no matter what your passion or hobby is, never feel ashamed or shy to express it, because you can really have a future in it. So, no matter what, you should never give up and always feel motivated, no matter how much people humiliate you. It's not about them, it's just about you and how you do it. So, no matter what, just do it and never give up. Also, never be ashamed of showing or expressing what your talent is. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Shiza. This was a great episode with you talking about dance and extracurricular activities. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you too for inviting me as a guest. I feel really amazed to be here in front of you all. So, thank you for that.
So this was the end of today's episode with Shrija Basnet, and it was very wonderful talking to her about dance and her talent in it. So I would love to see you in other podcasts, other KidCasts as well.
Yeah, me too.
So thank you everyone for listening to this episode of Babylon KidCast, and I hope you had a great time and learned a lot of new things while listening to our special guest Shrija Basnet. So thank you all and have a great day.